we're live. Hi. Friends, Eric Andreas, your Guitar Sage here. It is the 29th of September, 2020. Today is a follow-up of the broadcast that we did on Saturday. I know we covered a lot of stuff. We were live for 4 hours. We had 10,000 folks sign up. We gave away over $6,000 worth of goodies. And we had a blast, but we learned a whole lot. And I know some of you are still reeling. Some of you are overwhelmed because I covered a lot. I threw a lot at you. And I don't apologize. There were lots of PDFs to help you out there. I walked you through it, and then I was with you for 3 hours afterwards so that you get your questions answered. But I know everybody is on this continuum of learning guitar, right? Some people, because of their experience, they learn it quicker, or because of their focus, they learn it quicker, or maybe because of what they ate that morning, they learn it quicker because they're more focused. It's true. So whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm here to help clear up any issues that you may have regarding the course that I gave you for free on Saturday, regarding all the PDFs, all of the videos, all the Q&A, and the lesson and everything on Saturday. That's what today is. It's a recap. It's a, hey, let's make sure everything is covered so that you get that information. What seminar are you talking about? What broadcast are you talking about, Eric? It was the one that we did this weekend. It was called Dominate the Fretboard with My Top Guitar Tricks. And essentially what I did is I showed you at least 5 tricks, if you will, hacks, call them what you want. Basically, things on the fretboard that if you know them, they will literally help you navigate very quickly on the neck. Everybody uses these. All the pros use these, okay? And these are the ones that I said, these are the most important. Let's cover them, and that's what Saturday was about. So we're recapping today. I'm literally going to jump straight into your questions today. So that's what we're doing, okay? So if you attended the broadcast this weekend, then thank you so much. If you haven't, then I think, I'm going to check right now, but I'm pretty sure that we have the link for that in the description of this video. I'm going to check, though, real quick.
The broadcast itself, we may not.
We may not. Okay. Well, in that case here, and just you're going to hear me for a second talking here. Yeah, we may not have it in this one, but that's okay because it is available. Just look in my feed on YouTube here, and it was the Saturday broadcast that we did. But in that, I also gave you access to the course, Dominate the Fretboard with My Top Guitar Tricks. There's a course in there, which are videos straight out of the Unstoppable Guitar System. You can't get them anywhere, with the exception of the fact that we just dropped a couple of them. But the whole course, you can't get it anywhere, with the exception of being a member of UGS or following the free link that I give you in that video. Also, there's a PDF there. Cool? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over questions. I have the diagrams from yesterday. Mike has those queued up. We're ready to go on those. So any questions that you have about the broadcast on Saturday, the PDFs, the lessons that I taught, any of those hacks, let's do it right now. If you have any other questions about guitar, hit me with those too. Thank you so much, Emmy, for dropping that. There's Saturday's replay, or Mike. That was Mike.
I was going to tell you, there's a replay.
Ah, beautiful. Good.
Saturday replay link is
Beautiful. Thank you, Mike. Mike just dropped that into the chat there. So here's what I want you to do. Click on that right now. Go to a different tab. You can watch it later, but the PDF is in there. And again, the course that I'm giving you, not the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard, although that's a kick-ass course, I understand. But it's this top hacks bit, the top tricks. Okay? Go there, check that out. All right. Bulgaria's in the house. Philippines is in the house. Missouri's in the house. Memphis is in the house. Subskip just donated money. Thank you so much, Subskip. 3 years in, and I'm finally making the connections. Using the GCD chords in multiple positions on the neck, bar to open. Love it. So many songs, right? Again, Subskip, number 1, thank you for the donation. And number 2, what Subskip gets, which you guys somehow, I know when it's coming from me, sometimes you guys, it's not that you don't believe it, but you think, oh, well, Eric was born with that knowledge or whatever. I definitely was not. I knew less about guitar than you did, and just over time, you just learn stuff, right? And when you're passionate about something, you dig deep, and that's what Subskip is discovering here with this stuff that I'm telling them, the GCD chords, those shapes, the 1-4-5, all that stuff. You hear me say it all the time because it is the most important stuff in the world. Okay, we've been talking survival training here at the office a lot lately because all the guys are here right now. So we've been talking about that sort of thing. And there are certain things that are really, really important. Building a fire, finding a way to get water, warmth. There's like a handful of things that if you don't have those things, you're going to die, and you're going to die quick. Okay? With guitar, there's certain things that you go to every single time. And if you don't know those, well then you're out in the field there and you don't know how to find water. You don't know how to build a fire. Except for guitar, the stakes are a little lower, but still very important that you get these bits and pieces as Subskip has discovered here, right? So good stuff. Phoenix, Lexington, yeah. Can you repeat Saturday? I was sick. No, that was 4 hours. But it's available to you in that link there, buddy. My friend. Okay? GoPro, indeed, Gerald GoPro. Let's see. Is there any replays on the last live lesson? Yep, it's down below. Below that question there. We got Doug from Florida. We got Brian from Tallahassee, my great state of Florida. Louisville, Kentucky. Sweet. And Marine Mama, of course, from Florida. Canada. Yep, cardio, indeed. Okay, our camping trip went well. I'm going again this weekend. There's Phoenix in the house. Going again this weekend. There's PJ. There's Pam Sear. Pam won the grand prize on Saturday. Congratulations, Pam. You see her in the chat there, PJ Sear. Pam, I just ordered your amp. So your amp is on the way. The guitar we have still sitting here because we've got some other stuff. We want to pack it up full of goodies. So we got your shirt size. I talked to Cole about that. We got picks going out to you, a CD, I believe some coasters. We want to fill it up full of good stuff, okay? So just get ready because it's coming. Portland. Brent is in. Greetings from riot-torn Portland. Brent, I'm so sorry, buddy. I am sorry. That's all I can say there. Dear Lord in heaven above. Break stuff to fix stuff. Oh, God. All right, so there you go. Break stuff to fix stuff. I'm so sorry, Brent. Scotland's in the house. Okay. Chile. Woohoo! Can you give us some specific licks to practice? Something beginner that sounds harder than it is. Yeah, so the cool thing is hard and easy is really just a matter of what's going on in your mind, right? So, but that being said, just about anything can seem hard if you don't have the information, and can sound really difficult if you give it the love, the special sauce and what have you that it needs. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you could play a lick that would be like a basic lick, like so a basic lick like that, right? Or you could go. Oh, so much more love in that one, right? Those are the right notes, but let's give it some special sauce here, right? So now we got a bend. We got another bend there. And a little vibrato. So, and honestly, anything you do in this form 1 of the blues / pentatonic scale, that form right there, anything on these top 3 strings in this area here just always seems to sound really good, especially when you combine it with these bends. So, yes, here's one. Bend this 3rd string here at the 7th fret. We're wanting a whole step there because that's our destination note. And so you can do so many different things with this. Oh my gosh, right? Beginning of Stairway to Heaven, or in the key of G for You Shook Me All Night Long. Right? That's all form 1 in the blues there. So if you bend this note right here and then end up on the actual note, it just sounds so much cooler. Technically, you're just doing this as far as the notes, but when we're bending, it sounds so much cooler. This guy can bend to this note, so like, that's a good one. This guy's a good guy to bend. So those top 3 notes are great ones to bend, and whenever you're playing the blues, you got to throw some bends in there. You've got to throw some slides. You got to throw some vibrato. Blues is all over that, right? So that's a fun lick right there. Now my favorite place though is this kind of form 2, what I call form 2. This part right here. I love that little area there so much. Possibly my favorite area right there on the neck as far as soloing. So here you go. This is in the key of A minor, and we have frets 10 and 8 on 1st string, 10 and 8 on the 2nd string, and 9 on the 3rd string. This being your home bass, that's your A. So what's cool is you can just sit here with the guitar, solo guitar, and just go. I mean, you can have so much fun just phrasing just in that one little area there. In fact, I highly suggest that instead of you don't have to be playing to a jam track if you're new to jam tracks, if you're new to playing to a metronome, that sort of thing. You can just kind of have some fun by itself, by yourself, just noodling away here a little bit on some licks. I highly suggest doing that because what you're going to do is, and I do this all the time, is I'll just take an area of the neck like that and I'll get used to the sweet notes, the notes that I'm going to rest on, and I'll figure out different phrases that I can do. Okay? So, it's an infinite, the possibilities are infinite. So you have to just get involved. I can show you licks, but then you're just going to do the licks that I'm going to show you, like the ones that I just showed you just now, the half dozen licks that I just showed you. But at the end of the day, you're going to do so much better if you just sit there and whittle, okay? Sit there and noodle with the guitar, because you're going to be displeased with some of the stuff that you do. And that's fine. We want that, because then that's the stuff you don't do, and then the good stuff rises to the top, right? The stuff that you're going to go to all the time. And at the same time, you're really going to be learning the neck. You're going to be understanding how the notes work with your chords and all the rest, okay? Okay, good. Question: can you tell me when I might want to split a coil and up, down, side to doing so? Feedback issues, tone, etc. Stephen, okay, so my understanding of splitting the coil is essentially when you have a humbucker pickup. If you have the cap off of this, you can see there's one pickup right here, and then there's another one under here. Collectively, they're put together and then wound together, so essentially it makes one pickup. That's why they're humbucker, is because the one pickup, if it has a phasing issue, will be canceled out by the other pickup, and basically it's a wiring thing, that will allow that other this 60 cycle hum, I think it is, or whatever the noise is that comes from those single coil pickups. They pick up like fluorescent light, IRF, and that sort of thing. It cancels that out. So anytime you're going to a single coil pickup, unless it's active or something like that, you're going to get some noise, okay? You may still get some noise with active pickups too. I don't have a lot of experience with them, but my understanding that's one of the things that makes them good. Overrated in my opinion. From the bits that I have had guitars with active pickups, but not a lot. Okay, so you could say what are the benefits? It's just a different sound. So think single coil like a Stratocaster or Fender guitar for the most part, and think humbucker like Gibson guitars. And so what a tap does is it's wiring that a guitar luthier will do in the guitar and then create some sort of thing like maybe a knob that pulls out or a switch that you flip, but it's usually a knob that you pull up. And then what that does is it taps that pickup, so now it's not a humbucker anymore. Now it's a single coil, and you're basically just grabbing one of the single coils instead of both of them. That's my understanding. And then so there's no real disadvantages to it. Downside, upside, it's do you like the tone? And again, there's no right or wrong in art. Art is subjective. So really whatever it is that you like is correct. Okay? Good. That's a great question. Liverpool, Vancouver in the house, another Florida, Greece, Las Vegas. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pam. That's really sweet. Liverpool, yeah, sweet. New UGS Pro as of this morning. Woo! Elizabeth getting in the program. By the way, folks, here's the deal. Not only did we drop these, doing all the giveaways and everything else that we did this weekend, but we also made a mad offer on the Unstoppable Guitar System Pro. $100 off, it's $197. Some people are like, dude, that's expensive. Wait till you see 2021 because it's going to be somewhere in the area of 5 times that much. I'm not joking. The price is going way up on that. We've been filling that thing up with over 1,000 lessons now with 365 and UGS Pro. Over 1,000 lessons now, okay? So we're talking less than $1 a lesson. Or you can visit me now here in Nashville where I literally charge $300 a lesson. 300 or 100? Which one's higher, Mike?
Not sure.
Okay, see, I'll clear it up. The 300 is more expensive, so it's a lot more expensive to do that. Obviously, you'd get to sit with me and play my guitars and stuff like that, but it's not worth that much, in my opinion. So get into the Unstoppable Guitar System where you're getting stuff for way affordable. Okay. Los Angeles, Marquette, how are you doing? Oh, no. Okay, my knees hurt. It was in Portland. Not a fan. From India.
And one more thing, if they want to get the course they give on Saturday, they can still go to yourguitarstage.com/shop.
Yes. Are you saying for the offers, Mike?
Yeah, for the offers and to get the free course. That one's free.
Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. Listen to me right now. Do this right now. As I'm talking to you. Open up another tab. I said open up another tab. All right? Did you do it? There you go. All right, so now you got the tab open, right? Now type this, yourguitarsage.com. I'll wait. Click it, click it, click, 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 click. I can hear it all. yourguitarsage.com/dot. That'll give you access to the course that I dropped this weekend for you. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm giving that course to you. It's a great course. It's on all my hacks, on my big hacks. That's there for you. For free. So you can get that and you can get a hold of all the offers. All of the offers will go away tomorrow at midnight. I'm not joking. And I don't know if we're going to be doing another broadcast this year or not. We're going to see. We're getting organized. Okay? and we really need to get organized because we got a lot of stuff going on here. But if you want access to that, and if you've ever thought about getting into UGS, I'm looking at these comments, by the way, while we're talking. If you've ever wanted to get into UGS Pro, now's the time to do it because you do not want to wait till 2021. Warning, warning, you do not want to wait till 2021. You're going to be sad if you do that. Can you tell me when I might? Okay, so we talked about that. Nylon string guitar, buying one. Yes, it was a short camping trip. It was only for one night. This weekend, 2 nights. But it was a short one. Yeah, I know. Well, it's because I had the live broadcast. So. Okay. There's Vancouver, Lady Vancouver. Zoom tomorrow. Friends, also, thank you, Willie, for mentioning that. I think Willie won something too, didn't he? Did Willie win something? He won like some swag or something. Willie, congrats on the swag win. Which, by the way, we have swag here. But I'm going to talk about the Zoom call in a minute, which is tomorrow. But we've got swag. We got hats. These hats are kick-ass too, by the way. Okay. You can see the ones in the background there. We've got hats and shirts and all sorts of stuff. So if you're into swag, like we are, the shirts and everything else, it's on the website. Maybe we can drop a link for that inside the chat. Otherwise, just go to the website. You'll see it. We've got a brand new website now. We're still working some bugs out, pictures-wise and stuff and mobile, but we're working the bugs out there. And there's a whole swag store now. So, yeah, check it out. Okay, Zoom tomorrow. We've got 3 Zoom live broadcasts tomorrow. These are for folks that are UGS Pro members. So if you're thinking about joining Pro, now's the time to pull the trigger because I'll be with you for 3 more hours tomorrow where literally you'll be able to answer any questions. Sometimes we get too many questions in here that we can't get to everything, right? So that's yet another reason why you might want to do that. That's only for UGS Pro, not for Standard or Classic, because when you buy a Tesla, you get more things than if you buy a Hyundai, okay? A Hyundai. That's how you say it. Hyundai. That's how I say it. Okay. I love your shows, teaching PDFs. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Climber7565, who I've seen a long time in our chats. Okay, how do I play blues around 25 chords and a little bit of fingerstyle? What should I do so I can play blues? Ooh, that's a really broad question. And how do I, around 25 chords? I don't know what that means, my friend. You'll have to shore that question up because I don't know. I can show you how to play blues with 3 chords, but I don't know if I know 25 chords. I know 25 chords, but it only needs 3. My Instagram handle is Your Guitar Sage. If you're asking me. There's Vegas in the house again. Do you feel it necessary to have felt pads on your strap buttons to protect your guitar finish? I recently got a 60s Strat without them, and I'm thinking about putting them on to protect the finish. Jonathan, no, I've never used that before. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, do you mean where the strap hits the guitar? Because I don't know what you mean by that. Otherwise, nope, I've never done that before. You know, there's just some natural stuff that happens. So I can see where the strap might have been on this one a little bit. But, you know, that's just guitars. Honestly, I don't think too much about it. With my vintage instruments, I don't think too much about it. Now, if you have an actual 60s Strat, yeah, you may want to protect it more. But you know, also when you're putting things, if you're putting things on the guitar itself, you need to be very careful about that, especially when you're talking about those old finishes because they can come up very easily. Not so much with the new finishes. That doesn't make them superior, by the way. Just protects the guitar more. If that's superior to you, then great, then that's more superior. But most folks don't like the finishes that they put on guitars now. They're going back to old school. So I wouldn't do that unless you were putting it on the strap itself. Okay? Ooh, Park City, Utah. Rob, I didn't know that's where you're at. That's so cool. I made a riff with 4 chords, but none are all in one key. How do I go about finding the key? I made a riff with 4 chords, but none are all in one key. How do I go about finding the key? Well, Luke, you're saying that it's not all in one key, so how would you find the key? I don't know if you would find the key if it's all in different keys. Also, that's that's not a question that anyone could answer without knowing a lot more information. I'd have to hear it and then show you how to go about listening and finding stuff by ear, how to piece things together. Knowing basic music theory is really, really important. That's why I give you that free course, yourguitarstage.com/30, because it gives you all of the necessary things in the beginning that you'll need, okay? All right. Okay, when I was looking this morning, it looked like the price of Pro was showing $297 to join. It is, Jim. It is $297, unless you go to the page that I'm talking about that has the deals, okay? Because it is. For everybody else, it's $297, but those that joined the broadcast, we're giving them $100 off. So it's literally like getting a $100 gift certificate or $100 bill. It's like getting a Benjamin right in your pocket. So go to the broadcast from this weekend, or Mike put it in there. Go to that broadcast, and I say it a million times in that video, so you won't miss it if you watch the video. But it's the link just directly below that video. Go to that page, and you'll have access to it. Yeah.
And I shared it again.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Mike. Corey says, I'm having a horrible time fingering a B chord. Any suggestions? Yeah, let's talk about it, Corey. So the B chord it's not the easiest chord to play, and the reason that is because we're hyperextending this finger. So notice that finger kind of bends up, okay? Basically what I'm doing is let's see if you can see this on the background of my shirt. This is my ring finger, not my middle finger, but it's bent back like that, okay? And so that's what we want to do, is we want to hyperextend that finger a little bit. I talk about this in my bar chords videos if you want more information on that. And what I'm doing is I'm bending it enough to where that first string can actually sing out, so it's not touching the back of my finger. On some guitars, I can do it easier than others. This guitar, it's easy to do it with. And I can actually have that E string playing. So what I would suggest you do, Corey, is watch the videos on bar chords if you should need them. Otherwise, what I'm saying is hyperextend that finger, because chances are the issue that you're having is with that finger. I mean, if you think about it, this finger's only taking care of string 5 and 1. Okay? And this finger is taking care of strings 2, 3, 4. That's probably the issue that you're having. Most folks, when they're having a problem with the B string, that's what they're having an issue with, okay? Ashish, how do I learn the blues? Here's what I want you to do. Ashish, search Your Guitar Sage 12-bar blues. Search Your Guitar Sage blues. Search Your Guitar Sage blues scale. I mean, anything Your Guitar Sage blues, you're going to find tons of stuff. So what you want to do is you want to start watching some videos, okay? I'm just getting into what they call bushcrafting, which is basically going out in the wilderness and trying to, I'm so green at this, so I'm not at all saying that I know what I'm doing. But I've been going camping in my nice plush RV, so I'm studying bushcrafting, which is really about living off the land. But I'm trying to get my chops, going, like how to start a fire without matches, how to do certain things, right? How to chop wood, all the rest. And the way you got to do it is you just got to watch some videos, watch some courses, whatever. But you got to start just getting involved. And of course, some of the stuff is going to go over your head. It's not all going to be sliced out for you like a piece of bread, like step by step, okay? Now, if you're in the course, yeah, that's how I have things. That's the difference between watching randomly on YouTube and being in a course where someone's painstakingly taken a decade of their time, more than a decade, at least a couple decades of time to painstakingly create a resource for you that goes step by step by step. That's why the Unstoppable Guitar System, okay? Or anybody else who's worth their salt will create it step by step by step, okay? So how do you learn the blues? Just start watching videos on YouTube, whether they're by me or other people. Search blues, and you'll start learning right away, okay? Where did I go? I just went to a local camp area here. It was about an hour, not even an hour away. It's called Pole Knobs. Yes, Pole Knobs, Pooleknobs. It's in Laverne, Tennessee. So that's where I went this weekend, just because we needed someplace really quick. We went in did the broadcast, and then we just jetted out right away. I thought you were joking about camping. No, absolutely not. I love camping. At least I do now in the nice plush camper. That's real nice. But I'm going to get back to tenting again. I'll do it eventually. But probably not with my wife and my kid. Probably out with the boys or something like that. EBG are the top 3 notes. How come music tabs always write EADGB downwards? That's backwards, which makes the fretboard upside down. Essentially, the top is the bottom of the fretboard. The top is the bottom. EADGBE. No, it's the other way around. It's written from the bottom up. EADGBE. I don't know where you're looking, but stop looking there because it's wrong. It goes from the bottom up. EADGBE, from the thickest string up, because we're going up in pitch. And when you're talking about musical notation, you start at the lowest notes and you go up in pitch. So if you're looking at a melody on musical notation, it's going up in pitch, and then your tab's going down. That would be goofy, right? So they wanted them to be in tandem, and it makes sense that the lower notes are on the bottom. Now, is it opposite of when you're looking at your guitar? Yeah, but it's not the opposite if you're looking at it like this, which kind of when you're leaning over your guitar, that's the way it looks. It'll take you 2 seconds to get over that, okay? I had to, and everybody else had to. You can get over that. It's real super easy. Still learning the bar chords. Ouch, yeah. Okay, Angel is saying if I play major, and it's relative, if I play major and it's relative minor scale, I am playing the same notes. So what's the difference between the two in a song? Angel, great question. Here's the difference. There's not, really. When we're talking about a song or we're talking about a scale, there is a tonal center, and that tonal center is the tonal center. Technically, it could flex back and forth. Pink Floyd does this a lot. I'll give you an example here in just a minute. But for the most part, 99% of the time, a song stays in its tonal center and it doesn't change from that, okay? Relative major and minor. I always compare it to this. Not that this exists in the world, but just imagine for a minute. Imagine with me. In a world where you got one person who thinks one way particular about politics, and they know they're right, because they get angry. And then there's this person over here who thinks the other way about politics. And, they know they're right. Because they're angry and there's lots of emotion. So they must be right, of course, right? Because there's lots of emotion. And emotion equals being right, right? No. But you had 2 people who were talking about the same thing. Let's say it's war. One person's like, whatever, we should never go to war, da-da-da-da-da. Somebody else over here is saying, well, actually, there's times when we should go to war because someone's trying to invade our turf or whatever. They're using words like lives, money, guns, whatever. They're using them, both. But this person has an obvious different slant than this person over here with their obvious different slant. Okay, so they have two different ways that they're looking at the same thing. When you think about relative major and minor, you're kind of talking about the same thing in regards to notes. Yes, the same sets of notes. They share the same sets of notes. They share the same sets of chords, but the way that they're playing those chords is the difference. The order that they're playing them, the chords that they're emphasizing, all this, okay? Those are very broad strokes that I'm telling you, but that's the truth of it in regards to whether it's leaning major or it's leaning minor. So an example is this. Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd, right? You've heard this tune, right? That song is in D, right? Or is it? So now you have B minor. Well, D major is the related major key of B minor. So you have major, and of course you go down 3 half steps, you find the related minor. If you're in a minor key, you go up 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, and you have the related major. So they share the same exact sets of chords, the exact same sets of notes, but you can hear very clearly that if we start on the D, we're playing lots of major chords, and it's gonna sound more major. But if we start the... Now we're in B minor, okay? So that is an example. And Pink Floyd did that a lot for many different songs. Okay. Subskip, do we have to pre-register for the Zoomies or just follow the links in the email we received? You just have to follow the links in the email. I'm sorry about that email that was sent out. That thing at the top said something about if you're registered or something, and you don't need that, okay? You just click the link. Now, Zoom has said that on the 30th of this month, which is the Zoom calls tomorrow, that on the 30th, that you're going to be required to put in a username and password, or a password. So we've been prepping for that. We don't like that, but Zoom, for some reason, thinks that's a great idea. I'm sure they have good reasons, but maybe not, as I'm seeing right now. There's a lot of things going on where people have crap reasons for doing things, and we're being sold a lot of lies right now. Eric, what are you talking about? For real? Are you listening? Because there's a lot of things going on that are weird right now. Okay, anyhow, I digress. How long have I been playing guitar? Since I was 14, so I'm 52. So what's that? 38-ish years? Am I 52? Oh, crap, I'm 52. Yeah, it's like 38 years. Hold on, I love these questions. Hold on. Where did it go? Dear Lord in heaven. Boy, you guys are typing a lot of stuff here. Okay. What's the best way to get better at guitar? Okay, is practice. For real. And as much as you practice, that's how good you get. And how focused you are, how passionate you are. The person who's very passionate about what they're doing does not have to practice as long as the person who's just plugging in hours. Both yield results, but the person who's passionate about something is going to yield results much quicker than the person who's just plugging in hours. Yeah. I want you to teach me how to play like Gary Moore. How much? Oh, if you're in the Unstoppable Guitar System, $197 is what would do it, because there's that and way more in there. But if you want to do it the long way, in the cheap way, then just listen to a bunch of Gary Moore and do what he does. Mimic him. But how do I do that? That's why you need the course. I hear a tune I like. what would be your first 3 things you do to play it by ear? Thanks. That's a great question. Back to the bike. Here's what I would do. The very first thing I would do is I listen to the first chord of the song and I listen to the last chord of the song. Typically, that's going to tell you what key the song is in. I have a video for this. Back to the bike. If you search Your Guitar Stage Key, Key, anything about that, or tonal center, you'll find some videos on that. If you're in UGS, I have a whole course on this. So what I like to do is I listen to determine what the tonal center is. So if it ends on a G chord, starts on a G chord, it's probably in the key of G, and then I know in my mind, doing the theory that I give you for free in UGS Standard, yourguitarstage.com/30. In that whole thing, I teach you some things in there that basically show you, okay, well, here's the major scale, so these are the notes that you would be using, and then knowing that there are chords that match that go major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. I know it's a lot right now, but I'm telling you, these are the things I would do. So if I knew I was in the key of G, then I would know what chords would most likely appear, because there are certain chords that appear in every particular key. And then I would listen to the bass note, and I would follow that bass note around, and I would assume if it's a C bass note, it's probably a C major chord, because in the key of G, the C is major. If a D bass note was played, I'd play D major, because in the key of G, this D is major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would use a little bit of theory. I would use my ear. Watch that video. So many videos for you to watch. So that's what I would do. Okay. Could you stop and stare? I'm trying to learn it and I'm having trouble. Can you stop and stare? Could you play Stop and Stare? Oh, I don't know that one. How do I play the blues? Ashish. I think we went over that one. Okay. A good practice schedule has everything to do with knowing your why. And if you have not, I'm not being a jerk, but I'm being honest with you. If you have not gone through the Unstoppable Guitar System standard and you're asking me questions about the guitar like that, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because that's where you have to start. And I think one of the last questions I say in there is, what is your why? That is going to determine what your practice schedule is. Okay, there's not a quick way to get good on guitar. There is none. If somebody says that there is, they're lying, because it just doesn't exist. There are quicker ways, and I mean, I believe that what I've created is one of the quickest ways to do it. But your practice schedule is going to have to do with a lot of. I'd have to ask you a lot of questions to know what a good practice schedule is. Otherwise, I just say anytime you can pick up the guitar, pick it up. Okay. Oh, good. Marine Mama. She got in $100 off. Beautiful. Woo! I would love to hear another demo with the Dueling Ninja. I'm actually using it right now. You know? I won't go into it right now. I'd like to, my friend, but I'm going to do some professional demos on this thing so that you guys can really dig in and have some fun with it, okay? So that you can really get the sound and know exactly what you're looking at, okay? Glamping, exactly. I don't know that song. Oded is trying to play Cup of Coffee by Dylan. Is trying to solo to it, saying one of the chords is out of the key. Am I right? Possibly so. Here, in the key of C, the chord should be C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished. Okay, that should be the chords. If it's anything other than that, then yes, that means that they're using a borrowed chord, which is outside the key. Am I self-taught? Nobody is self-taught. Even the people that claim to be self-taught. 0 people are self-taught. The only way you could be self-taught is if you grew up on a deserted island, had never heard music, and there was a guitar sitting there in tune. Or it didn't have to be in tune, I suppose. It's just you would never have been able to hear music at all, never looked at a tab, never watched a YouTube video, never had someone to show you anything, never watched a video. That is truly someone who's self-taught. Otherwise, anybody else is not self-taught. They're watching, okay? If that's what you mean by self-taught, then I'm 100% self-taught. And so is everybody else. Because you have to self-teach yourself. Whether you're watching a video, listening to something, watching a course, reading a book, it's all self-taught. Or none of it's self-taught. So I try to stray away from that wording just because it's just inaccurate. Okay. Darren, oh, I used to live in Smyrna. I got a buddy who just moved out there. Yep. Jim Mangos, I'm a pro member. Is there another course offered? Jim, to date, if you are in UGS Pro, you have everything. Now, we are going to be offering other courses coming up here. This is part of the reorganization, stuff that we're trying to figure out, but indeed, that's coming up.
Unless he's talking about the one from Saturday.
Oh, Jim, thank you, Mike. Yeah, if you're talking about the course from Saturday, what that is that those are choice videos that I've pulled to create this Dominate the Fretboard course for folks who aren't in UGS. But Jim, if you're in UGS, you've got the videos that you need, okay? Okay. Can I play Hey There Delilah? I don't remember it off the top of my head. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I have a video for it though. I swear to God I taught that one years ago. So search Your Guitar Sage Delilah and you'll find it. Where is he reading? Is he reading this? I am reading this in Nashville on this stool. I'm looking at YouTube and I'm reading it. And I am reading it. And I'm reading it here in Nashville. Can you talk a little about fret, hand, thumb position on open chords, please? Yeah, it should be, behind the back of the neck. The closer it is to the bottom, the more slack you have. So, but you can hold them over the top of the neck. Not if you're a beginner, I wouldn't suggest doing that. I have a lot more detail about that in the fretting video in UGS Standard, RAS 7316. Check that out right now. Anybody who is not in UGS Standard, dear Lord, my friends, you've got to be in UGS Standard. You've got to. It's got everything that you need in there, yourguitarsage.com/30. In fact, Michael, thank you, Mike, for putting that up. So right now, go there, open up another tab, get involved, get in the community, friends. It's the only way you're going to get good, or it's the quicker way to get good. You could just sit there and keep pecking away and looking for answers. Or you can get the answers, and they're right here. If you're watching on mobile and you don't want to go through the rigmarole, text me. Text 833-744-0154 and text free. Isn't that what they text there, Mike? Yeah, free. F-R-E-E. Hey, what about swipe picking? Sweep picking, yeah. I have videos on that. Sweep picking. Essentially what we're doing is we are dragging our pick across the strings like this. And you can do minor. So I have videos on that. Search Your Guitar Sage Arpeggios or Your Guitar Sage Sweep, S-W-E-E-P. Comfortably Numb, yeah. Comfortably Numb is the one I'm talking about. Can I please teach Breaking Bad theme cover? I don't know it off the top of my head. Somebody's saying they're tone deaf. Let's fight. Okay? You ready? Here we go. Oh, it's my knees hurt. He's goofing. You're not tone deaf. I know you. Okay. Can you please teach Breaking Bad theme cover? I don't know it. Any new courses coming to UGS in the near future? Not that I know of at the very moment. No. Who will watch the debates tonight? Oh, it's gonna be fun. What about the bear? My knees hurt. It's coming. My bicycle equals juggling and possibly bears. Yeah. All that's coming. The Mandarin Chinese analogy. It's coming. It has to be at the right time, though, right? You can't just say it.
Let's make a video of all of them back to back.
One Republic. Oh, Stop and Stare. I might have done a song. I might have done a cover for that if it was years ago. Search Your Guitar Sage One Republic. I know I've taught some songs by them. Okay. Your backing tracks. I'm lost. The top is the chord, but what is the numbers at the bottom? Gary, that is the fretboard, and it's showing you the notes that you could play. And the numbers are the scale degree. So if it's a 1, that's going to be your 1 or your home bass. And then if it's a 5, then that's the perfect fifth. And so, yeah, they are the scale notes, or also known as the scale degrees. Thank you. Thank you, Bucket Full of Balls. You're one of the good guys, Eric. Love your channel. Thank you, Bucket Full of Balls. I love your name. It's just Bucket Full of Balls. Either we have a golfer there or something else, possibly. I don't know. Just a very manly man, possibly. Nicholas, okay, I see your message here. Okay, here's the deal, Nicholas. Email support@yourguitarsage.com. Email support@yourguitarsage.com. Really, really, really important that you do that, because in here, in the middle of a broadcast, there's just no way, obviously, that I'd be able to fix that. Please email support@yourguitarsage.com. Tell them any issues that you're having, okay? And they will get it. We will get it taken care of, okay? Any pointers on regaining motivation to practice? I would say hang around people that are practicing a lot, get something that inspires you, get some songs that are inspiring you, find something new. Getting new equipment is helpful, but it can be expensive, especially if it only lasts for a short amount of time for you that you're excited about the instrument. So I find a song that you really want to learn. Thank you, Subskip. Yes, if you haven't already, folks, you're just sitting there, right? Please hit thumbs up right now. It takes a second, and it's you saying thank you. You not doing it is you saying, screw you, Eric, screw you. And I don't like that, because I'm not going to say that to you. So hit the like button, okay? Hit subscribe, hit share, all those things, because it really does help. Because then I can pay Mike, because he gets mad when I don't pay him.
They wouldn't see you if you didn't.
Oh. He's a Marine, so I take all threats seriously. Question, I'm in UGS Pro. Are all the jam tracks in one place, or they're still under development? Steven, so we have 600. We only have like 600 of them in the program. But yeah, far right, if you're in UGS Pro, resources, jam tracks. So the far right tab, click that, and then go down. Jam tracks opens up. 600 jam tracks in there. Now, myprojamtracks.com, which is a new thing that I'm building, is not going to be part of anything else. It's just a brand new product. I have a guy working nearly full time doing this, so it's quite expensive to do this. But we are creating jam tracks nonstop. We created 4 of them this morning. So that's going to be its own thing. That's at myprojamtracks.com if you want to sign up early. It's an undeveloped website, so you may get a warning like, oh, dear God, you better run or you're going to get your computer infected. It's very much like the current situation. You're going to be fine, okay? You're going to be totally fine. There is no, I'm not going to infect you with a virus. That's a terrible way of doing business. It's just that we don't have the certificate on there yet, so the computers freak out. That's it. Okay. Backing tracks. Okay, top is the chords, but the numbers at the bottom I do not get. Okay, so we went over that, right? Scale degrees. What are my favorite pedals? I have a video on that. But, thank you so much for a beautiful donation. Who is this? Brent. Thank you, brother. Lunch, feed the Marine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll do it. We'll get burritos then today. That's thanks to Brent. You get a burrito today, Mike. Okay, we'll do it. So kind. Thank you, bud. What are my favorite pedals? My favorite pedals are a looper pedal, the Dueling Ninja. Seriously, years in the making, and we finally have some now. And after maybe like 7 iterations of it, that guy is ready. If you want more about that, that's my signature pedal. It's 3 pedals in one, basically 3 overdrives in one. 2 overdrives, but then you can cascade them at the same time for a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new tone. That's right. It's bad to the bone. Check that out. It's on my website. Right now, it's discounted. It's $199. Normally, it's going to be $219. So if you want to be one of the first to get that, it's over on my website, yourguitarstage.com. Go to the shop. I think it's in there. Okay. So my favorites are, I love some vibrato. I love a good delay. I love reverb. I love a looper. I love a good overdrive. How much? It's going to be a slaughter tonight. I think it may be a slaughter tonight. How much practice should I devote? And I didn't say who, did I? So I'm still in the clear. So no judgment to me, but it's probably going to be a slaughter. I think you know what I'm talking about. How much practice should I devote to becoming epic, and how not to get frustrated? How much practice should I devote to becoming epic? You should devote an epic amount of practice, because the guy and the gal who also want that, which there's only like 10 million people like that want to do that, they're doing that too. So you need to be practicing more than that guy. And how to not get frustrated, I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I don't think that's possible. If you're excelling, if you're pushing against your edge, if you're trying it all in life, you should be getting frustrated. If you're not getting frustrated, you probably need to be worried, because that means you're dead. Which I guess there's nothing to worry about then. But I'm being for real about that. If you want to be epic, you got to practice a lot. Gerald, if you have any sort of email situation, that's really generic, so we're not going to know what that means. Can you please look into my email situation? We don't have your email. We don't know what email situation you're talking about. Please be specific. Please email support@yourguitarstage.com. I'm not being a jerk. I'm very pointed. That's it. Some people who are soft, not you, Gerald, but other people, they don't understand that. Man-children or just weak people. So I'm not being ugly. I'm just being direct. Email support@yourguitarstage.com and say, hey, support, I'm having this situation. And then say what it is. Tell them the email that you're having the issue with, because if you're emailing from another email, like a lot of people do, and they're like, I have a problem with my email, and they're like, we don't have that email, or whatever. Do that, and I have someone working full-time who will literally grab those questions and route them to the right person, okay? Cool. Question. This is Pam. Hi, Pam, by the way, we just got another donation, so kind, from Michael Fox. Michael, thank you, brother. So kind of you. So appreciate that. That helps keep the show running. Okay, so Pam, who won the Epiphone Dot that's sitting right over here. We haven't mailed it out yet because we got other stuff we want to stick in there, Pam. So I've got this awesome Epiphone Dot guitar coming your way. You do, and I've never played electric. Okay, do I need to pick up a pedal, a looper, Dueling Ninja? Yeah, I mean, number one, you got to have something to plug it into, an amp. Well, you're getting an amp. I'm sending you an amp. Yes. So here's the truth. You don't need the Dueling Ninja. It would be nice. It definitely is going to make it sound better if you do, because you're going to have tones in here that you're not going to have in the Boss, the pickup, the amp. But that being said, if I'm being honest, which I am, then you don't need this yet. So what I would do is get the amp. If you're getting all the sounds from it that you want, you don't need it. But if you want some stellar sounds, then the Dueling Ninja is an absolute great pedal to do that with, okay? All right. Marine Mama can't stop laughing. Did I say something? Was it something I said? Something I did? It's my fly down? What's going on? Okay. About the bucket of balls. Okay. Folk pop is really taking off. Is it? I don't know what that is. What is folk pop? Give me an example. The app Ultimate Tune. Okay. Yep. Really want to get UGS Pro, still having 1 month left. Yes, get in there, Corey. We want you in there. Gary is saying, thanks, but I'm still confused. Okay, Gary, you got to give me information. Let me help you. Help me help you. Let me know what you mean. Gary, it's probably because you're not in UGS Standard, because you don't know the scale degrees. That's what's going to help, you know? How do you make a B major bar chord? Just like this. It's mute the sixth string with your thumb, and then you're going to play strings 5 through 1, and fingers 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, and 3. You can do either. Use any fingers you want, honestly. Those go on frets 2, 2, 2 on strings 4, 3, and 2. Also, somebody who is not in the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard, because I have the diagram for you along with all the other 9 essential chords specifically for you inside of UGS Standard, yourguitarstage.com/30. Anybody who is not in that and asking me questions, I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a huge injustice. I don't get anything for it, by the way, you being in there. So if you're fearful that I might get something for it, well, that's a fun one. There you go. Your guitar, yourguitarstage.com. I love it. It's like my eyes are failing here. Oh, nice. Can't wait to get that pedal in the mail. Beautiful. Jeff, what happened to the guitar you're making? It's still being made. Ron, come on, Ron. Answer my text. He says he has everything there, so. Would you recommend using effects pedals if your amp has those effects built into it? David, don't worry about it unless you don't like the effects. Don't buy something unless you need it. Okay? So, just off the top of my head, if you had unlimited funds, I'd say no. I'd say get a real nice effects pedal, but at the same time, money-wise, everybody has, limited amount of money, right? Some people don't seemingly have that. The guy's moving the chess pieces right now, right? You guys know who I'm talking about. You probably don't. They're not the people you think they are. They're the people in the shadows. The cabal. Okay. Marine Mama. Oh, yep, here we go, yeah. Yep, that's what Subskip said. The Boss Katana has everything you need to start with. Just play around with it before deciding on getting separate pedals, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so. Pam is getting the Katana 50, indeed. Almost at the end of the questions, then we'll take off here. What was my first electric? It was a PV Razor, $250. My dad bought it for me for Christmas, changed my life. How to get guitar chords from the Bible. The only one that I know that's in there is the Jesus chord, the Jesus chord. That's the only one that I know that's in there, which is probably where you were leading, right? That's G sus. But I'll wait for the punchline unless there's a real message in there. How do I get guitar chords from the Bible? Because I don't know that, but I know the G sus is in there. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, friends, not a lot of questions about this weekend, but I guess I got other questions answered for you. Here's the deal. A few things for you to take advantage of. These deals are going away tomorrow at midnight. I'm not joking, okay? They're going away at midnight tomorrow. And I mentioned to you that if we don't do another giveaway by the end of the year, which I don't know if we are or not, we don't plan stuff like that this far in advance. Usually a little bit in advance, but not that far in advance. So I don't know if we are or not, but it's $197 right now, less than $200. A 1-hour lesson with me is $300. You do the math. You have 1,000 plus lessons in UGS and 365, which we throw in, by the way. So if you want to take advantage of that, Mike, do you have that link by chance? Can you put it in there, yourguitarstage.com/dot at least? I think you did that already.
I did.
You did that. Put it in there one more time if you would, Mike. Thank you. So here's the deal. Mike's going to post that link, yourguitarstage.com/dot. That's going to bring you to...
That one actually is Kajabi, but it's a direct link. It works.
It's a direct link, right? That'll give them to the deals and the course. So here's the deal. Mike just posted that. But here's what I want you to do. If you click on that, that's going to give you access to the course that I'm giving to you for free, not Your Guitar Stage Standard, not the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard, which I give you for free anyhow, yourguitarstage.com/30. But this is yet another course that I call Dominate the Fretboard with My Top Guitar Tricks. That's available to you for free. Also in there are the links to all the specials that we're doing that are ending tomorrow. In 2021, UGS is going way up. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I'm telling you, it's going up, okay? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Dave and I was singing in my head, hallelujah, hallelujah. Okay, sorry. Anyhow, I digress. ProJamTracks.com if you want to sign up early for that. We do have the Ninja pedal available right at the moment. And what else? There's other stuff, I'm sure, but it's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm here for you guys. All right, thank you so much. This has been a great broadcast. I appreciate your guys' questions. Thank you so much for those who donated today. I will see you tomorrow. Got another video dropping. See you.